What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode of Ludus, we're going to be looking at a particular card. I had one of my subscribers, I miss Kara Cornett, go and say that she liked Aqua and was kind of wondering when support's ever going to be in the meta. To be honest, I don't know when support will ever be actually viable as a meta option. The only reason for that is none of them have any survivability right now. When we look at our support cards, see if I can find my cursor here. When we look at our support cards, we're looking at cards like Aqua, Valkyrie, Angel, Succubus to an extent, and an argument could be made for Popstar. But if you look at every single one of them, to my knowledge, none of them have a square perk. So none of them are actually able to have any sort of defense to them. Being a shield. Oh, Druid. Forgot about Druid as well. Here's Druid. Oh, he does have a square. So Druid does have a square. Druid could be meta at level 13 with a shield to keep him protected. Combo him out with Panda, and you're looking at some pretty spicy combos going across the board. We do have Valkyrie, who does have a square. So that is my apologies. There are actually a couple of supports that do have squares. So Valkyrie, you can go and throw a shield on. I was running armor plating for Paladin on her for quite some time, and it did do really well. By quite some time, I mean for a week during the Rune Hunt event where she was required. And it did relatively well, and I can't be too upset about that. So in regards to the comment statement about support being in the meta, technically an argument could be made that Valkyrie and Druid at level 13 would be very, very viable. Now, Valkyrie at level 12 is still good, but really you kind of need her circle unlocked for her to be a lot more viable. But today's video, we're going to be focusing on Aqua, since she said that is her favorite one. We're going to look at her and see if there's something we can do in the meta. As the season has rotated and everything, I'm back down at the bottom of the barrel like everybody else is, and I'm climbing my way up top. So if we look at Aqua here, her health pool at level 10 is 2.6 million, her damage is 140,000, and her attack speed is 1 second. Her ability, she casts a 588,000 HP shield on 3 allies for 3 seconds and increases their damage by 288,000 for 3 seconds. So, to make her viable. Now, I'm kind of curious on it. I've been tinkering around a little bit with Popstar's perk. As of right now, it really doesn't do that much because I don't have it leveled up. I'm sure come level 60, it'll be a lot better, as it also restores 200 energy for them once per 10 seconds. Buffs 3 allies attack damage by 46.5% for 3 seconds, which is pretty nice. I needed to take a drink there, my bad. But either way, this kind of drew me into it. However, I am considering a different way around that. Vis-a-vis Daydreams. Attacks have 20% chance to apply weakness, increasing enemies' incoming damage by 78% for 4 seconds. At level 60, the chance is increased to 40%, which is pretty freaking solid, and something I will plan on working on in the future. And then at level 100, weakness is also applied to enemies at a small area around the target, so that splash damage kind of effect on that. So Daydreams would be really good on her because of the fact she attacks for 1 second, so we're going to throw that on her. In regards to her damage output, she's only 140,000 damage, so nothing really substantial, as the other cards that I have the circles on do more damage, so it's a little bit more effective. Now, I do notice that there is Swamp on Firestarter right here. The reason for that is it triggers a second time. So as it triggers a second time, he is in his bunker, and it does increase the damage. So it works. It does what it needs to. Firestarter needed a perk that actually worked on him. This does just fine. But for Aqua, we're going to be putting Ray of Light. At the start of each round, allies immediately flanking the hero gain regeneration for 10 seconds, recovering 8.2% of hero's HP per second. This is another perk I do need to work on. Now, when I look at Ray of Light on Aqua, that tells me that Aqua needs to be in the 3rd row next to the backliners. So, with that stated, our backliners are going to be Firestarter and Muerta. Now, I know everyone keeps seeing in my videos, I have Muerta and I have Griffin consistently. they're my two heaviest hitters moving up. I kind of have to use these if I plan on winning at all. That's just kind of the bottom line. So for Firestarter, we're going to be using Ricochet, Tech Armor Plating for Paladin, and Swamp as his perks. For Mako, we're going to be using Scorched Earth and Sharknado. For Griffin, we have Onslaught, Tech Armor Plating from... Yeah, Tech Golem Armor Plating. There we go. It's been a very long day. Excuse my stuttering. And then we have Kitsune's Lightning Reflexes. We already talked about Aqua. And for Muerta, we threw on Hocus Pocus, the Mako Bulwark, and Landmine. Landmine is always going to be on Muerta as long as she's on my roster or on my lineup. It's just a given fact and something I've come to accept completely, and everything else. Now, Hocus Pocus, I'm considering taking this up to level 60, strictly for the 2-second stun. Now, it does do a considerable amount of damage, but this is one of those perks that I'm kind of iffy on, so we're going to see in today's video whether or not it's worth it. So, with all that stated, this is the lineup. We got Firestarter, Mako, Griffin, Aqua, and Muerta. Let's get into a few fights, see what comes of it. Okay, so Tybear 90 is our first opponent. We've got 3 legendaries on their side, so this should be fun. His Muerta has me a little nervous. Okay, so Lava Girl has the Incendiary. We have Hocus Pocus, Ray of Light, and Armor Plating on there, so we'll see how that goes. That Lava Girl, we're going to need to keep eyes on the Lava Girl. Find out where that's going to go. Here is hoping RNG sits in our favor, and they never, ever draw it. Or they get bits and pieces of it. We get a little bit of the puzzle. Not all of the puzzle, but just enough to get by. Looks like they've got 2 pieces of the puzzle already. Muerta is getting over there. Now, one thing I can consider is wherever Lava Girl is, Aqua needs to be far away from that. And Muerta is basically going to be bombing it, really. We're going to put her right next to it or on top of the landmine, so we trade landmines, basically. We'll see how that goes. I've played with this lineup a couple of times already, and I was rather impressed by it. Like it didn't change my perspective that much when it comes to supports and stuff like that. I'm still iffy on the supports. I'll always be iffy on supports. But Aqua did go and win me a couple of games because of her shield. This one probably not going to happen as much. We have very high levels across the board over there. This is probably going to be a big loss for us, but that's all right. As long as we can try and get in a few hits, that's all that matters to me. I just want to be able to take a heart or 2 away from the enemy. That's really what it comes down to. Hopes and dreams. We're getting set up here. Now, his Muerta is right there, but his Lava Girl is still sitting back there stagnant. So, let's hope that trend continues. We're going down this route. We're doing a little bit of buffing. Seeing where we can come from here. Alright, let's hope the landmine pays out a little bit more. I watched it burst. I don't know why it's still sitting there. That's a little weird. Looks like it's not going to be enough. I watched it pop. I don't know why it's still there, though. Okay. He took us down to 1. Let's see where we can go. Is there any hope of survival here? Is there anything that we could do? We could do better. Looks like we can go here. We can get our Mako at least, and an Aqua, so that's solid. We can get a Firestarter, so that's solid. I'm kind of wasting some space here, doing a lot of dead spacing, but that's okay. Gotta try. That's all we can do. All we can do is try. If he rips through us, he rips through us. And he's got plenty of time to come up with that Lava Girl and change the tide. Really, that's what it comes down to. Only real reason why we're taking any and all hearts from him at all is solely based off the fact we were able to get a few more supers before he did. So, his Lava Girl's still stagnant. Let's hope that RNG still stays in our favor and that he doesn't pull anymore. Griffin's getting shot back, but since he has the lightning reflexes, he's getting right back into that fight. Lava Girl stayed, or Aqua stayed alive there. That's pretty solid. Okay, his Lava Girl, regardless of super or not, is actually about to become active. It looks like he will be able to pair it now. He's starting to get the Lava Girls. Now it's starting to get serious. I've got really nowhere to go right now where I'm not dead spacing some of the buff patterns. So I'm just gonna kind of stall. That Lava Girl went right where the Aqua's at. That's not good. That's ill-advised. That's not bueno. Looks like we didn't quite get to the ability going off for Aqua, which is upsetting. But she does get a combat boost that does give her energy. So if you are able to get that one, then bully for you. That's great. That's what you need. I don't really know how else to state that. I'm gonna get rid of the fire starters here. We've already got one. We don't need a second one. Let's do some buffs and then get rid of the Aqua. We're really ultimately looking for a couple more Muertas. We only have one heart to give. So there's a Muerta. Let's go and drop the Mako. Drop the Mako. There's the other Muerta. Okay. So we're going to pop this Muerta right here. I could contest over here. I just don't see the point. I want to cover up as much of the board as possible, and those placements finished it off. Muerta is my endgame. Always has been, always will be. She is the reason why I win fights because of that landmine, and I will die on that hill. And really, the way Ludus is, in the state of Ludus right now, is you lean hardcore into your win conditions, and Muerta is a win condition. Aqua fell very quickly because of that Lava Girl, but I think we're going to take this win. I think we came back from behind. Yes. There we go. Solid victory. Now, I don't know how much of a role Aqua played there. It looks like she did a good amount of healing, 6.8 million healing. Her damage is only 4.7 because she was dying basically instantly. Yeah, she didn't really play a whole big of a role in this fight, but we did hit 147 million, so that's pretty freaking strong damage dealt. And we went from one heart to finishing him off. So, fantastic. All right, let's move on to fight number 2. See if Aqua can actually have a little bit of a spotlight shown on her. All right, Nabucco. All right, so this looks like it will be a fight where we will be able to see what Aqua can and cannot do. He's pretty low across the board there. That's basically kind of a free win for me. If I'm being honest with myself, this is kind of a free win. But we still want to go in with the mindset that it's not always a free win. There is a chance he could come back and he could dominate our face. Okay, so one of Aqua's combat boosts. Aqua's shield also applies regeneration, restoring 20% HP over 3 seconds. We're going to go with that. Ooh, I don't think he liked my choice. He's looking at me funny. Ooh. Okay, so let's go here. We'll go there, we'll go there. We'll bring that there, and we'll go there. We're dead spacing again, but that's okay. Not really too concerned. Getting to tier 3 as fast as possible. Always a solid idea. Getting to those abilities. Getting things rolling. Okay. Well, we're not getting the best of placements here for our Muerta. Little disconcerting, but that is okay. Them's the breaks, kid. Okay. I think we're fine. They may or may not take us here. Oh, that Morbid Charm for the week playing effect there. Outlaws do, I think it's Outlaws have the Morbid Charm for this week for the faction boost. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, nope, Outlaws don't have it. Do Outlaws have it? Yep, Outlaws have it. Nope, Outlaws have it this week. Okay. It's been a very long day. I am exhausted. But I wanted to make this video because we got a new subscriber who commented. And it's been a hot minute since I made a video, so. Okay, so that'll be 5, 9. Okay, so best course of action is to go here, then here, then here. And then we'll go here, here, there, there. I think we're going to call it good. Get those shields out. There they go. Now, after seeing all this, I kind of want to put Daydreams onto Griffin and try the last fight with Lightning Reflexes on Aqua there. Now, I think I want to remove this down here, get a little bit of buffs going. Go over here, and then go here. We got real no other reason. Like, that's basically it. We're kind of locked in a hole here. We got put in a weird spot, but that's okay. Landmine's going right where he was at, so that's awesome. Took out that angel pretty quick. Alright, now this is going to be running roughshod. Alright, Aqua starts with 300 energy. Get that energy flowing. Start to feel good about ourselves here. Okay, so unfortunately this Aqua's got to go. We've already got one super. We don't need a second one. We want to try and get to a supered Griffin ASAP. And that's how we do it right there. Saw it. Took me a second, but we got there. Alright, now all the pieces are in place. I am no longer... this is a free win at this point. Once all the pieces come into place on any deck, you're sitting pretty, and you know you are. You get that comfort level that we all crave. Let's see how far down you go here. Alright, bitchin'. Very, very easy. Very, very clutch. This is the reason why I like it when the season rotates. Alright, let's look here. Ooh, Aqua actually did a good chunk of damage. 5.3 mil. But again, she was supered before everybody else. 47 million this time. Not bad. Not bad. Still won. Still did a good job. To be honest with you, I'm not really feeling a large impact from Aqua. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch out the perk a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to switch out Daydreams here for Lightning Reflexes. Yeah, well, Lightning Reflexes. Oh. Lightning Reflexes, and then we'll switch out, switch Daydreams over to Griffin, or Lightning Reflexes to Aqua. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's get into the next fight. Okay, our last fight against Baraka FPS. Now, Tech Golem is scary. Okay, so I did make the necessary adjustments. I did put Lightning Reflexes on Aqua and Daydreams onto Griffin. And we're going to see how well that plays out. Now, Griffin, 99.9% of the time, when I'm grinding up the ladder and stuff like that, he will always have Lightning Reflexes on him because it is one of the best fits for him. And I really like watching that kind of just roll on. So let's go here, here. Dude, I don't know why you're trying. You're the one that has a level 100 tech armor plating on Tech Golem. All I did was just get coins. Okay, so we'll go there. Get those rocks broken. Let's start getting levels here. Ah, we're one shy. Alright, well, you get to live one more game. I'm actually starting to appreciate Firestarter a little bit more as I play him a little bit more and really kind of work the perks with him. I am getting very impressed by a couple of the shield perks with him, and that's a lot of Muerta. And diamond perks. Really, I still don't see the point of putting a diamond perk onto Firestarter, as it only works when he's out of the bunker. But sometimes it does work. There are certain times where he gets caught up in that Kitsune energy draining field and can't get in the bunker, so it does proc the diamond. So there is an argument for it. I still just don't see it being an absolute... There's better choices. Let's put it that way. There are better choices for the diamond perks as of this, or as the time of this recording. There are better choices. But at least it is working to a certain extent. Okay, now I think we're just gonna buff the crap out of Aqua over here. We're going to go here, and then we'll go there. Okay, that way Lightning Reflexes is active. Okay, so Tech Golem is still going to just outright ignore every bit of our damage going at him for a little bit. Until he goes supered, he's not really a threat, though. We're already ahead. And if we can stay ahead, we have this one. One of the things I have kind of tried locking into my brain is all fights are winnable if you're fast enough. So if you're fast enough to wipe out all of their hearts before all their pieces get into place, you're great. But about 3-4 hearts in, you'll know whether or not you're going to win. And this Tech Golem's about to rip us apart. No, he's not. Fall. Thank you. I hate Tech Golem. I hate him with his armor plating. I hate it all day. I'm going to go with the coins. I want more bodies. I mean, hell, we started off with a whole bunch of coin. Might as well finish with a whole bunch of coin, right? Right. All right, so now we do have Aqua supered. Now, I'm going to keep my eyes on Aqua the whole time and find out whether or not she is actually going to put in some of that legwork we are needing her to put in. We're getting Muerta stacked on Muerta, so that's great. Really, I'm going to sack this, see if I can get another Muerta out of all this. Go here, sack this, see if I can get another Muerta. Nope. We're just doing buffs. Just doing buffs until there's no way to buff left. We're either going to get a Mako or a Muerta. That's just how this is going. Okay. There we go. We're just going to stack them up, and this is going to end the fight. Right here. All done. Look at her go. Okay, there she goes. Now she's putting out the shields. Look at her go. Look at her go. Putting out those shields. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Now. Again, not a lot of damage output. Not a lot of healing and stuff like that. But she did go really, really fast at that portion, and she was getting the shield out, which I believe helped to a certain extent. I believe she's a good add-on. Ultimately, the way I would look at Aqua and all the supports right at this moment is level 13 is probably their sweet spot, just giving you all 3 perks. And Rune Hunt requirement really won't hurt if they are a Rune Hunt requirement. You can still make them viable. You just surround them with your hardest shell, and hopefully that pans out for you. Clearly it worked out for us in this one. We got way ahead very, very quickly. We outsped them, which is what got us to beat 3 level 15s, 1 max level perk, 4 legendary perks, and 4 epic perks. Either way, we still outsped them, so we were able to win that way. Now, had the fight gone a little bit longer, maybe they had taken 1 or 2 more hearts from us, maybe they could have come out on top, because their Muerta does have landmine, does have shield, does have hocus pocus. We were just able to get out way before Muerta was even able to do any of that. That was our saving grace. But going back to my statement, I believe that supports have their place. I just think you have to encompass those supports with a very strong shell. Like my shell is obviously Griffin and Muerta, potentially Firestarter within that same argument. But really, I got nothing really bad to say about it, if I'm being honest. I think Aqua was a good add here. I think this is a fun deck that I may just kind of tinker around with a little bit more. And Aqua is a card I do kind of want to invest a little bit more time into. So if you guys like the video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. If the bell notification is working, because it has not and worked at the same time a couple of times in the past, hit it. So that way when I do drop videos, they are random. I don't have a set schedule yet. I'm trying very hard to get to that mindset and everything. It's just been really hard with Ludus lately. Matchmaking needs to be fixed. Hardcore. And it needs to be not such a money grab, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. When you love a game and you're watching it be what it is, which is just needing money, I understand it's a business and everything else, but kind of a give and take would be nice. But either way, I digress. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to leave you the same way I always do. Life can be fun if you allow it to be. We'll see you next time.